If you want to understand the mastery of a composer, you do not have to look at the big composition, but to the smallest composition. Look at this very interesting thing by Johann Sebastian Bach. I'm sure you have never noticed it. This is suite number 3 by Johann Sebastian Bach in French suites. And the first 4 bars of this minuet, he hide a very interesting thing. For example, how can you understand and analyze the bass line? Because from a modern point of view, it's only a fact of 5-1-5-1. Let's play it without moving the phone. This is the first phrase of the minuet, but there are a lot of things hidden here. First of all, you have to know that cadences in Baroque style are more varied than from any analysis of any modern point of view. So there is a very interesting analysis we can do analyzing the movement of the elements of the bass line or in general of the voices. For this reason, let's take the clausula formalis perfectissima. This is the clausula formalis perfectissima, where you can see the 4 main voices, and you can put each one of these voices in the bass. This is taken from the Partimento method. Then, in the meanwhile, share this video and join Patreon to get access to a lot of musical education exactly as you were lived in the Renaissance or in Baroque period. Now, this is the clausula formalis perfectissimas, and we have these 4 movements: blue, green, orange, and black. Now, is the last movement, which is very interesting. Let's play it. One voice features the clausula cantizans, fa, mi, fa, and the top. Another voice, the orange one, features the clausula tenorizans of the tenor, re, do. The other one, the bass, features the clausula of the bassus, the clausula bassizans, sol, sol, do. The other one, the last one, the green one, features the clausula altizans, sol, sol, or sol, mi, because sol, sol cannot work in the bass, otherwise you get a 4-6 chord. But this is another matter. Here there are the 4 cadences with this sound. Let's listen to each cadence. Number 1, do, sol, do. Now the clausula of the bass, the clausula of the cantus in the bass, fa, fa, mi, fa. Then the clausula of the tenor in the bass, mi, re, do. And then the clausula of the altus in the bass, do, sol, fa, mi. Now, the very interesting thing is that each clausula has a different level of a conclusion, of arriving point in a musical speech. Let's see this very interesting aspect. We are in this book, Music in the Gallant Style by Gerding, and there is a very interesting thing. We are in the chapter 11 about clausulae, and it's here. I was both surprised and heartened to see nearly the same words applied to the same cadences. Galeazzi, who himself had read Manfredini, proposed a great series of 4 cadence types ranging from the very weak to the very strong, each related where possible to mark a punctuation. The first type, type A melodic evasion, has no analog in verbal discourse, so the analogy between the musical speech and the verbal speech. The second, type B, the comma cadence, so the clausula cantizans in the bass, mi fa, has the effect of commas, virgole, and serves to distinguish the clausule. The third, so to distinguish what? The clausules, the little cadential point in the speech, as when you talk. The third, half cadence, type C, a half cadence, has the effect of semicolon or colon, distinguish the phrase. The last, type D, a complete cadence, distinguishes the sentences and has the effect of a period. So, as you've just seen, there are different kind of cadences with different roles and different weakness or different strength, different taste. And let's see now how Johann Sebastian Bach managed all of these things in his composition, in particular in that minuet. A minuet is composed in generally of phrases of 4, 4, 4, 4. In general, multiples of 4 phrases generally 4 plus 4 and then 4 plus 4, but you may even find 4 plus 4 plus 4 in total 12 bars. Let's see how these cadences are applied in a very mastery way in the first phrase. So to make clear that we have 4 bars of this phrase, Bach did in this very smart way. The first cadence is a comma cadence, because we have the clausula of the cantus there. So mi fa in the bass, mi fa. And this is not so strong as the dot. Then 2 plus 2. So we have another comma cadence here. Let's write a comma. Then in the middle between these two group of 2 bars, we have a stronger cadence, but not so strong as a dot. We can say something like this. We say doppio punto, double point. I do not remember how it's called in English, but you have understood what I'm talking about, which is not so weak as the comma, but not so strong as the single dot, the final dot, or you can even imagine a dot with the comma. I mean this, which is in the middle. So this is the clausula cantizans, la fa. And only at the end of this 4-bar phrase, we have the dot, 5-1, clausula bassizans, la re, because we are in the minor mode, so sol do becomes la re in hexachordal solmization. So we have comma, which is our clausula cantizans. We have the clausula altizans, okay, and the comma, okay, comma, clausula altizans and clausula bassizans. So sol do, the dot, the final dot, the strongest point. And this way, the first phrase, even if simple, composed with 3 parts in total, because we have a long 5th degree, we have something very well organized. Let's listen to it. Only the bass. Where the strongest cadence arrives here. So at the end, I personally think that is in these simple pieces that you can really see and learn a lot of things in music composition. The big composition, the big pieces, the big contrapuntal pieces are, yes, important and a demonstration of the mastery of a particular composer. But it's in these small, very small nuances that you can find those small details that then you can easily understand, easily learn, and easily apply your composition. That's why we must have the correct approach to musical analysis, not stopping to what can I say, to the very rough functional harmony. These are things that you cannot see with the language of functional or dysfunctional harmony. They are little details that you can understand if you approach music analysis and composition from an ancient point of view, from the eyes of a musicus of the 18th, 17th, and 16th and 15th century, if you want to if you want to study Renaissance music. So that's why it's very important. What to do? There are many possibilities. There are a lot of books, a lot of things. I have only a Patreon where you can join, and every day you can learn something because I publish something every day. So you at the evening, you can see the notification and you have something new to learn, to study. Otherwise, there are one-to-one training sessions with me where we can work on your specific works, exercises, anything you want to do to improve it, to practice, partimento, fugue, dances, other things. And then there is the MPA, Musicus Practicus Academies, for the moment, where you can find the Renaissance path, where you can study hexachordal solmization, cantus firmus, so Gregorian chant with the focus on modality, how it was conceived in the Renaissance, cantus figuratus, so how cantus figuratus works, so Renaissance mensural notation, where you learn to read mensural notation without passing through any transcription, okay? You learn to perform Renaissance notation from the original sources and tones and modes, so how tones and modes work in the Renaissance. About Baroque period, of course, this is about the Renaissance path. About Baroque path, contact me in order to schedule some one-to-one lesson to learn partimento, composition, and these things, or otherwise, or both, join Patreon, where you can every day find something very interesting. In any case, I'm happy to see you here to listen and learn these things on this social where we tend to waste time and then instead of to learn things. And see you here on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, mainly because on YouTube you can have more focus in learning bigger things, things that require a high cognitive level. See you in another video where we can explore other aspects of musical composition with the eyes of a 17th century musicus. Sometimes it takes very little to improve, just a little, but every day. You look at a sheet of music and it seems like a random collection of notes, and now you can't connect them. But if you know how to reveal the meaning and the connection between the notes, you can discover magical and wonderful paths hidden among the melodies and harmonies. You sit at the keyboard, but you don't know where to start composing or improvising a piece. But if you know the right techniques, even just with a few compositional elements, you can create something wonderful. You study a piece, you can play it technically well, but don't understand what's happening harmony and counterpoint wise. But if you change the perspective with which you read and play those notes, you can literally change the way you see them. That's actually a kind of magic. Every month, every week, and every day you can have something special and valuable like this. Video analysis, a lot of PDFs analysis, and handouts of pieces to truly understand what's happening in each passage, in each piece. Improvisation elements like this of the other day of how to improvise a fugue. Practical exercises to learn how to compose music and how to become better at improvising. Fugues, chorale, freeforms, and more. Composition and improvisation pills to discover how the great composers crafted certain passages and learn to imitate them correctly. All of this on Patreon. So much content to explore, so much to learn, and many preview projects to discover. Go to this link, choose the best level for you, and start your adventure.